Hello, we're looking at Geometry Pop Quiz, which covers section 1.1, version A. All right. First, use the diagram to answer the following questions. What is another name for BJ? Well, let's see. BJ is right here, and that is, line segment. We can reverse the name and make it JB. Notice the single line over the top with no arrows means it's a line segment. Number 2, name all rays that end with endpoint O. Well, first of all, let's go ahead and just erase some of this. Sorry. Ooh, erase some of the letters there. Okay, didn't know that was going to happen. All right. Rays that end with endpoint O. So there's OB, OH, OJ, and OD. So we'd write OB with an arrow, OD with an arrow, OH with an arrow, and OJ with an arrow. Now, by the way, I did have one person who wrote, like, for example, BO, but then wrote the arrow in the opposite direction. I've never seen ray written that way, but technically I gave them credit for it since the arrow is going in the correct direction from end point through the other point. However, for that person and anyone else, don't do it again. What I didn't accept is if you just wrote the letters but with no arrows. The arrows tell us it's a ray and not a segment or a line. That's pretty important. And you had to get them in the right order. I had a few people that wrote like BO, DO, OA, or HO, and JO, but had the arrows. Then it needs to have the letters in the correct order. The end point comes first, so that's the place where the ray starts, and then going in the opposite, or going away from that, the other point that it goes through. Now, just a second here. All right, next. Name one pair of opposite rays. Well, it could be OJ and OB. Or it could be OD and OH. Again, you had to have the ray symbol there to get that correct. All right, what's next? The figure below is a rectangular shipping box. Name two different planes that contain, here we have line DH. Okay, so let's see here. Line DH, I want to kind of sketch it in here. It's a line that passes through points D and points H. Now, correct answers would be CH or DHG and DHE. Or you could have said DHC, DHC, and DHA. Or in fact, you could have said any combination of these three letters over here, D, C, G, and H, and these letters over here, D, A, E, and H. So you only needed 3 letters in the plane name. That's the important part. I had a lot of people that put 4 letters in the plane name. And I kind of scratched the 4th one out and I wrote C answer key. I just wanted you to make sure that you understood that you name a plane with 3 points, not 4. And second of all, there were a variety of different answers as long as you named 3 points from the front and 3 points from the side. All right, next. All right, so here we have use the diagram to answer the following questions. Let's see here. The diagram shows a plane with a couple of lines here and a variety of points. Now, I want to point something out about this diagram. I can get in here. You'll see how there's a dotted line right around. I'll show you where the dotted line is. Dot, 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 dot. Okay. Now, in the diagram, that suggests that line FS, so the line that passes through point F and point S, hits the plane, which is plane O, by the way, at point W, and then passes through it on the back side, which I think is very confusing. The diagram doesn't tell us anything, technically, about where point A is, or point D for that matter, or frankly where points P and N are. So I think it's a very confusing diagram. Moving on. Give two other names for line WP. And notice this is a line. We know it's a line because it's got two arrowheads on the label here. So here is W and here's P. So we could name this line PW with the two arrowheads. Since point N is on that line, we could name it NW. We could name it PN. Or we could name it line D. Or we could take any of these three names and reverse the letters and still be correct. All right, next. Give two other names for plane A and W. Well, since we don't really know where the point A is, it could be above the plane, behind the plane. It's very confusing. Technically, we don't know if plane A and W is this sort of like sheet of paper they've drawn here. So the best correct answer would be plane WNA and plane NWA, or basically plane any combination of these three letters. Now, since I thought that the diagram was pretty confusing, I did accept pretty much any combination of any of the letters that you see here, or just plain O, because the O refers to the plane name here. I didn't accept plane A, because A, I think, pretty clearly refers to a point over here. That's about it. All right, next. Name 3 points that are collinear and collinear, and 4 points that are coplanar. So collinear means points that are in the same line. So there's all sorts of examples here. Any 3 points that are on this line here. Let me point to it here. Can I get extra colors? I only have 3 colors. This sucks. All right. Any P, N, or W, or any of the points W, S, or F are over here. I think I did have somebody say DPS right there. And I accepted that because it looks like they're collinear. As for coplanar, well, here's the deal with coplanar. First of all, I think it's pretty difficult to tell where most of these points are in the diagram. So I accepted any 4 points in the diagram. 3 points define a plane. The fourth point is either in the plane that's already defined or not in the plane that's already defined. I think the way the diagram is drawn, it suggests that point F over here is behind the plane somewhere. But since I thought the diagram was confusing, I accepted pretty much any 4 points. All right, have a good day.